Hey guys, this is Baeza here, and welcome to another episode on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a very special topic, and that's going to be financing for specific industries. We're going to be discussing different industries such as real estate, healthcare, technology, and we're going to go over different types of financing that you can go ahead and get out there. Now, here's the thing. We're not going to go over everything, but we're certainly going to go over some of the most important ones that are out there so that you can get access to the money that you need with the right numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is we want to talk about real estate. If you're in the real estate industry, you may need financing for commercial properties, residential properties, or even land acquisitions, right? There are many loan options available, including conventional loans, SBA loans, and even hard money loans. All of these loans will have different terms, will have different experiences. Some of them will be longer, some of them are going to be shorter, but you definitely want to go ahead and research each one of these options. Now, there's many others, of course, but these are just some of the top ones that we usually come across with. And the next topic is going to be really healthcare. In the healthcare industry, it's often required a large amounts of capital just to start or even expand a practice. So you want to be able to purchase equipment and maybe perhaps hire staff. So different financing options may include like SBA loans and also healthcare financing, as well as some equipment financing. For those of you that know a little bit about the healthcare industry, there's a lot of equipment that's needed, and therefore it is very important to have some sort of equipment financing if that's an option for you. You definitely want to go ahead and research these options as well. The next one we're going to talk about is technology. And technology has been expanding, of course. The technology industry is highly competitive, and it requires a lot of capital to develop new products and new technologies. Financing options usually may include venture capitalists, angel investors, and even crowdfunding, right? So there's so many different options out there. Now, keep in mind, some of the options that I've mentioned in the past for some of these previous industries, such as real estate or even healthcare, those are still available even for some of the technology. So even though I'm mentioning for specific industries, keep in mind that you can cross-reference each one of these options to their industries as well. But these are some of the most popular for those. The next option is construction. The construction industry requires a lot of financing for a variety of needs. So you're talking about materials, equipment, and even labor costs. So some of the financing options may include construction loans, equipment financing, and even invoice factoring. Invoice factoring is very important because sometimes you won't get paid until the job is done or until a certain percentage of the job is done. So as long as a certain lender knows that the money's coming, they are willing to do invoice factoring and give you the money up front so that you can go ahead and get access to the capital when you need it. The next one is going to be retail. Now, retail businesses may need financing for like inventory, expansion, even advertisement. Financing options usually include lines of credit, term loans, and maybe even a merchant cash advance. Now, those of you that are familiar with merchant cash advances, you know that they can be a hit or a miss. It could be a hit because if you need the money temporarily for a short term of time, great. Because sometimes, most of the times, cash advances are for short-term financing, but they can also be very expensive. So unless you actually know what you're doing, don't do it. You do some research, maybe perhaps research other term loans, lines of credit, but usually a cash advance is the last minute one that I would recommend just because of how expensive it can be. But everything has its purpose. So it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you have to do your due diligence and make sure that you are doing what is best for your business. So the next industry we're going to discuss is manufacturing. And manufacturing businesses may need financing for equipment, inventory, or even staffing. And because of that, financing options include usually equipment financing, invoice factoring, and even SBA loans. SBA loans can take a little while, so if you need the money real quick, you want to be able to consider other options as well. But keep in mind that all of these are great fit for the manufacturing industry. And the last one we'll discuss is agriculture. Now, agricultural businesses may need financing for land acquisition, equipment, and even livestock. So financing options for that may include USDA loans, equipment financing, and also some lines of credit. When you're doing some research, when it comes to all of these type of loan programs, keep in mind that they all have their ups and their downs. They all have their pros and their cons, and it is super important for you to do your due diligence to know which one is going to be best for you. If you're not really sure what is best for you, feel free to reach out out to someone, feel free to reach out to an expert, whether that be somebody that has gone through those loans before, or maybe it's a mentor, or maybe it's a company like ours, like eFunding Experts, where that's what we do for a living. That's what we do all day. Either way, you want to make sure that you're doing your research and that you're getting access to the funding that you need and that it's going to actually help you. If it doesn't help you, you may actually end up making a mistake, and of course mistakes can be very costly, but more importantly, it can cost you a lot of time. It has been a pleasure here being able to share this information. If you have any comments, go ahead and put them below and I'd be glad to respond to that. And for those of you guys that haven't done so yet, make sure that you like, you click on subscribe, and you also click on the notifications button so you can get notified for when we have another video. Hope this helps, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Take care.